So I just watched 2 videos in a row there on another scary day for Palestinians and Israelis. First one was a great video by a guy I subscribe to, Mark McGowan. He's got a channel called Chunky Mark. He does the artist taxi driver videos, and he was talking about the 11-month-old baby that got blown up in Gaza by Israeli bombs when they were targeting the military leader of Hamas. And once again, Israel's blowing up children in a city, in a civilian area, in a concentration camp. The Gaza Strip is one big concentration camp. It's getting smaller and smaller. They're building the wall around it. The olive groves are all being stolen, and Palestinians being camped into the big camp. And these poor people have to drive around or walk around the streets, go shopping, and at any moment super advanced machines will fall from the sky and blow you up. And I've got a 2-month-old baby. He's very healthy, he's very good, he's fantastic. He's very, very alert and doing what babies do. We've nicknamed him the larva. And the thought of people who are committed to your subjugation dropping bombs, it doesn't even bear thinking. And then I watched this RT video. It was called the Gaza Aftermath, the Destruction. And you saw whole blocks reduced to rubble with massive craters. And you can imagine just how powerful these bombs they're dropping on civilian areas actually are. And these are meant to be honorable, brave people. They can't, can they not? If these people are so dangerous, these Hamas leaders, can they not send in their special forces to do a targeted assassination? Do they really have to rain massive bombs to blow up whole parts of the city and kill children? It's this and what Mark McGowan talked about. The British Foreign Secretary William Hague, who I managed to shout at and call a murderer in real life in my video, Love Police, ruins Conservative Press Party. William Hague, our Foreign Secretary, came out and said, yep, Hamas must bear the brunt of responsibility, and we fully side with our Israeli partners in world peace and all this nonsense. And it's when the democracy you're attached to, your free country, has leaders who will gain votes from military action. Netanyahu in Israel, he has an election coming up in next year, very soon. And he knows that by attacking Hamas, he'll get more votes. And when the civilization you're attached to has a savage population and a savage leadership, what can you really do except set up your own alternative form of existence, your own way, which is nothing to do with them? I mean, religion became an irrelevance. State is now becoming an irrelevance. It's just now, I guess, it's a mental game. It's really, you just have to find the other people who are like you and organize and set up your alternative way of being. We need to stick up for each other and be there for one another, because the society that we're involved with at the moment is savage and murderous, and that's all there is to it. And it seems so obvious, but it sucks you in, doesn't it? It really tries every day to give you the Stockholm syndrome and try and seduce you and tempt you and make it too difficult to do otherwise. And nothing that is worth it is easy. And moving away from this society and mentally moving away from this society and having your own community and your own people is difficult. And it's difficult because it's worth it. Anyway, I shot a video in Manchester today talking a bit more about these ideas, so I'll post it after this video. Hi everyone, today's the 15th of November. We're in central Manchester on a very rare sunny day, so I have to make a video, obviously. I think now that we approach the end of 2012, and as I mentioned in a video a couple of videos ago, that we need to learn from our failures as activists, as revolutionaries, as resistance people. We need to learn that kind of a campaign to try and change the entire mind of the public isn't going to change the mind of the public. And my big mistake was, I said in 2009, I said there will definitely be a big revolution in this country within 3 years. And although we can say that in Spain and Portugal and Italy and Greece, there does seem to be a massive grassroots on the street activist fight back against the powers that be and against the bailouts and austerity measures, we don't have that mentality in Britain to fight the power, to put down authority and to stick up for yourself. There isn't that same hot-blooded Latin passion. But what cold country people are good at is theorizing and bringing moral arguments into effect. And there's two people I'm going to mention that in their own respective ways provide any viewer of my films with the moral argument and also the theoretical, philosophical argument for why what I do, why I believe what I do is right. The first person would be Derek Jensen, who wrote books such as Endgame and Deep Green Resistance. And I've tried to find a flaw, or to try and find some myopic tunnel vision, or to try and find confirmation bias with Derek Jensen. And he's a man like all of us, who is deeply wounded by what civilization has done, what his family has done to him, what the schooling system has done to him, and he sees things very clearly, as only someone who has been the victim of it can truly see it. And that's where the moral argument comes in, against machine-like civilization, against never-ending growth, against never-ending profit, against corporations being treated like people, and against mass mind control and brainwashing. For the moral, philosophical argument, I recommend you all listen to Stefan Molyneux from Free Domain Radio, YouTube channel Stefbot, for the nice, linear, logical, philosophical arguments as to why anarchy is the only, in my opinion, non-hypocritical political stance any human being can have. And by human being, I mean a free-thinking, free-loving entity with hopes and aspirations for the future. And this isn't new stuff. Jesus was talking about this 2,000 years ago. Do unto others as you would like done unto you. And the only way you can actually stand there proud as a human being, as an individual, is if your whole behavior fits with the model of anarchy. And I'm not saying, look, there's a pigeonhole or there's a bottleneck where we need to behave in this way. But what does anarchy mean? Without rulers, without leaders. Well, without rulers. Leaders, no problem. Someone's good at painting, you want to learn about painting, you follow the leader. But without rulers, the natural state of human beings is to live in small tribes, in nature, with people you know, people you're genetically related to, people you formed voluntary bonds with. But something happened in civilization. Something happened with the advent of agriculture and demystification. Something happened with the domestication of animals. And along the domestication of animals came the domestication of human beings, because in one of Stefan's videos he talks about how among the higher primates, chimpanzees, orangutans and humans, the one thing we have is self-awareness and an ability to theorize about the future. And what that does, it gives us a fear of death. And when you can make an individual scared of the future, you can control his behavior in the present. So what does this all mean then? Barack Obama's just won the US elections. In this country we have the Conservatives in charge of the British Her Majesty's government. And I love that. We're a democracy. We send young working class boys mostly. I know it's mostly working class boys off to go and die for democracy in Iraq. For Her Majesty's government. What I'm saying is, and all my viewers, I'm preaching to the choir here. I'm speaking to the converted, is that government, much like religion, is an irrelevance nowadays. We managed in the past to separate church and state. Now we have state, which has been fully corrupted with corporatism. My vision, very, very controversial vision, my vision is to remove the poison of state from corporatism. And let me explain this. You might say, oh my God, if everything was 100% perfect, we'd be fucked. They would mind control, they would use private armies, they would have price fucking, what's it called when you have a price racketeering? But no, here's the thing. Let me give you an example. In this country, in Britain, the big energy companies such as British Gas, Scottish Power, EDF, which I think stands for Électricité de France, there's other big energy companies, massive energy companies, posting record profits because they're shareholder. It's PLCs, public limited companies. Their remit is to raise money for their shareholders, never-ending growth, quarter by quarter increased performance, share price goes up, those pension portfolios, those investment portfolios increase in things. And if you don't pay your energy bills, people can come after you. But in a 100% private world, energy companies would realize when 40 or 50% of their customers are not paying the bills, that if they want to make any money at all, they better start lowering the prices. But what governments do, they have violence-led corporate mafias, they have rackets, the military-industrial complex, the pharmaceutical one, the educational one. These are all controlled by the government in Great Britain. You get rid of government, yes, there might be a bit of chaos for a while, but what you'll find is that we will truly see where we are at morally. You will see people put their energy where they want it to without having 40% or 20% of their money removed by tax, and they can invest it in any way they want. So let's see where this world is. The one powerful weapon against ignorance, stupidity, greed, fear, desires to hurt is things like this video camera. Expose the truth, spread ideas. And in a 100% private world, ideas which are shitty will not have the force of a fucking gun and a soldier behind them. They'll just be evolved out, devolved out. I'm not a social Darwinist. I'm not even sure how much of an atheist or a fucking Darwinist I am. Who knows? Agnosticism, I don't know. And I'm happy to leave it as a mystery. But one thing is not a mystery, is that we are incredible human beings. We're amazing creatures. We are truly aware of what the universe is. We are to say what Carl Sagan said, we are the universe's way of understanding and thinking about itself. And once you realize that, you won't vote again. Thank you very much.